Hello, and welcome to Cork Unitarian Church's Sunday Thoughts. Today's meditation is very contemporary. It is all about AI, artificial intelligence. So I asked Perplexity, my AI software, I asked it the question, why would a person in Cork be interested in Cork Unitarian Church? So, with only some minimal editing for clarity, here is what AI says about us. It says, imagine you are right in the heart of Cork City and you encounter a 300-year-old church congregation that is still alive, still questioning, still welcoming new voices. That is Cork Unitarian Church. And I want to share why it might just be the spiritual home you did not know that you were looking for. It is a church for people who think. Many people in Cork quietly feel, I'm spiritual, but I don't fit in traditional churches. Cork Unitarian Church is made for people who question. There is no required creed you must sign up to. You are not asked to say that you believe in something you do not honestly believe. The people in the pews may describe themselves as Christian or atheist, agnostic, Buddhist, not sure yet, or none of the above. And that diversity is welcomed, not feared. The focus is on a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, where your mind and conscience are treated as gifts, not problems. If you have ever sat through a church service thinking, I don't know if I can say this creed and mean it, Cork Unitarian Church offers you a place where honesty is more important than conformity. Our values match that of modern Cork. We live in a city that prides itself on being open, independent, and a bit contrary. And Unitarianism matches that Cork spirit. Unitarian and Unitarian Universalist communities around the world are built on 7 core principles, including the inherent worth and dignity of every person, justice, equality, and compassion in human relations, acceptance of one another, and encouragement to spiritual growth, respect for the interdependent web of all existence. In practical terms, that means this is a community that supports LGBTQ plus equality, gender equality, and social justice. It sees these not as optional extras, but as natural expressions of faith. It means sermons and discussions that take science seriously, listen to different religious traditions with respect, and speak honestly about mental health, climate, and the realities of everyday life in Cork. Cork Unitarian Church is not a new startup congregation. It is one of the oldest continuous worshiping communities in the city, gathering since the late 1600s. Over 3 centuries, people connected with this church helped found the Royal Cork Institution, which led to other institutions like the UCC, the Opera House, and the Crawford Gallery. Figures such as George Boole, the father of modern computing science, the artist Daniel Maclise, the abolitionist allies who welcomed Frederick Douglass to Cork, all have ties to this very same congregation. Being a member means you're not just joining a Sunday club. You are stepping into a living story of Cork's intellectual and societal history and helping shape its next chapter. Cork Unitarian Church offers freedom with responsibility. Some people worry that a non-creedal church will feel vague, like, believe whatever you want. In fact, Cork Union Church offers freedom with direction. Unitarian and Unitarian Universalist communities encourage using reason and scientific inquiry as part of your religious life, instead of just setting them aside. Learning from many sources: the Bible, other scriptures, poetry, music, science, and your own life experience. Acting on your conscience in the world around peace, human rights, and the environment, rather than keeping faith locked up inside the building. This means you are not told what to think, but you are challenged to grow, to listen, to share, and to live out your values in daily life. Why membership? Why not just visiting? You might ask, why should I become a member instead of just dropping in now and then? It's because membership is a way of saying, this matters to me. I'm willing to help sustain it. When you become a member of Cork Unitarian Church, you gain a say in the congregation's decisions and future direction through the democratic processes that are central to Unitarian practice. You make it possible for others, people who are searching, doubting, or hurting, to find a welcoming, non-judgmental spiritual community in Cork. Think of it as an investment in the kind of community that many people say they want: open, caring, intellectually honest, and actually helping it to exist here in your city today. Here's a personal invitation. If any part of you has ever thought, I wish there were a church where I could be myself and ask questions, love who I love, and still belong, then Cork Unitarian Church is inviting you. The next step is simple. Come to a Sunday service at 11 a.m., fourth Sunday of the month, at the Civic Trust House on Pope's Quay. Or connect with the congregation online through our web presence and social media. Talk to us about what membership might look like for you. You do not have to leave your brain at the door. You do not have to pretend to believe. You do not have to be alone on your spiritual journey, because there is a community in Cork ready to walk that path with you. Typical Sunday service at Cork Unitarian Church are fairly simple, warm, and reflective, with a small group structure and a liberal open theology. The overall feel of our services comes from an atmosphere that is welcoming and low pressure, with an explicit emphasis on inclusivity and diversity. You can expect a mix of people in terms of belief, some more traditionally Christian, some more humanistic or questioning, all encouraged to think for themselves. The typical elements that make up one of our services include words of welcome and notices about community life, the symbolic lighting of a flaming chalice, a key Unitarian symbol as a way of marking our sacred time together, a bit of music in various styles, sometimes classical, sometimes more contemporary, readings drawn from the Bible, other religious traditions, poetry, or contemporary writers, chosen to fit the theme of the day. A reflection by a lay speaker, usually 15 to 20 minutes, exploring an ethical, spiritual, or social topic, rather than laying down an official dogma. A time to acknowledge our joys and concerns, where members can name things they are celebrating or struggling with, often followed by silence, meditation, or prayer. An offering to support the congregation, and sometimes charitable causes. After the service, people are encouraged to stay for tea and coffee and conversation, which is treated as an important part of community life. Newcomers can usually speak informally with regular members, ask questions, and find out about upcoming events or discussion groups. If you visit, you can expect something that feels like a gentle, reflective hour. Music readings, shared silence, thoughtful talk, in a context where questions and different viewpoints are welcomed rather than policed. Well, I'm feeling that AI has done a pretty good job of describing a church that I would want to be a member of. Oh, wait a minute. It described a church that I am part of, and it described it very well. Good job, AI. Now for our blessing. May you always enjoy the freedom to explore your own spiritual path. May you be supported by a community of people who love you, respect your individuality, and value your growth. And may you have abundant opportunities to observe, know, and help other people to do the same. So until next time, I wish you peace and blessings.